Hey everybody, we are back for Career Journeys. We are here today with Roberto talking about his journey as an alumni from the UMKC Bloch School and the journey that he's built in his career. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do for work? What do you do for your career?
Yeah, so I own a consulting firm and we specialize on providing services around software development projects. So big companies that have to do this massive transformational system integrations or replace systems, and we help them go through the entire journey.
That's super fascinating. Can you tell me a little bit about like what a day in the life looks like of doing that type of work?
Yeah, so it's a lot of, it's a client relationship, of course. We start with meeting with a lot of different stakeholders. So we meet with folks that do the actual work, groundwork to all the way to executives to understand, what the clients want, where they want to go. Once we're able to solidify all that, then we take it back, work our magic, right? And after that, work with the client to design a timeline, design a plan, and then hold their hand, work together to execute such projects. So it's a lot of customer interaction, a lot of meeting with a lot of different people, a lot of meetings, from early in the morning to late at night, of course. But it's exciting. It's exciting.
Well, what do you love most about it? What excites you most about the job?
I think the being able to talk to people and get them to think about where is it that they want to go, right? What system do they want to build? Seeing a little bit of the we're facing this problem right now. Our current capabilities, our current processes are not helping us take the next step and go to the next level. And then getting their ideas as well, and then putting together their dream, and at the end of the project, helping them achieve it.
Yeah, well, it's definitely like helping them envision, future with a software solution versus just saying, "Hey, I want to make this one thing." It's like, tell me about the problem first.
Exactly.
So tell me about, your journey, because obviously you didn't start in this role, and you came from UMKC. So I'd love to learn about your journey from UMKC into the current role that you have, and how that happened.
So it's been an interesting journey. So when I came to UMKC, I went to school to study finance. Actually, my mind, I was gonna be a stockbroker. I was gonna move to New York and wear the suit, live the Manhattan fast life, so to speak. But you learn to adapt, right? So when I graduated, the times graduated during the crisis in 07, 08. Things weren't well in the economy. So I kept my ears open, and I kept any doors and any opportunities that were coming my way. I was, you know, knocking on those doors, opening those doors. So I started as a business analyst on a company that provided software development services. And then so I started as a business analyst. My first question was, well, I don't know how to code. And they're like, don't worry about it. You don't need to learn how to code. So I started as a business analyst, moved into project lead, project manager, product manager, and decided to be more on the consulting side of the equation now. So it's been quite a journey. I like to say that a lot of what I learned here at Bloch was a way of thinking, a way of processing, a way of solutioning. I'm not necessarily applying a lot of the things like finance or those things that I learned, but a lot of the other things, soft skills and everything else, I'm able to apply on a daily basis.
Yeah, well, that's funny because everyone I've spoken to, soft skills and tangible skills have always come up as like a huge differentiator, right? So, on that note, skills and mindset are a big piece of what we've been talking to people about. So, could you share with me some maybe of the skills and the mindset that went into making you successful, even, transitioning from finance to software focus? Like, what are some of the things that really helped you stay successful?
I think first and foremost, work ethic, right? Always working, right? The mind is always going, always putting the hours, always trying to understand what is going on. I think that first and foremost, that has to be a foundation as a person. Right? It doesn't matter the role that you play. You starting, mid level, upper level. Your work ethic just comes first and foremost. And I think the second piece of it is, we're talking a little bit about soft skills, but at the end of the day, you're working with people, right? So you need to be able to understand where they're coming from, see and envision and really talk to them and see what they what they mean, what they want to accomplish, what they want to do, and help them at the end of the day, right? Especially on the consulting side of the equation, right? You don't own the product, you don't own the software.
Yeah.
It's them. So those for me have been the two key skills that have helped me throughout my career.
And what do you think, like, if for someone that's coming into a software space, or even consulting space that's not in software, what are some of the like attributes for a student today that might, make them aware that they could have a future in those spaces? Like what would they, whether it's organizational, behavior or whatever else, what do you think actually helps them be successful in your careers?
It's gonna sound cliche, but keep learning. I think that first and foremost, if you're on the consulting side of things, your client is looking at you for advice, is looking at you as somebody that knows. So you have to continue that learning. You have to continue training yourself. It doesn't stop. So that's kind of a recommendation or something that I always give to people. Just they're looking at you, continue learning. On the software side of things, it changes so rapidly that you have to keep learning. You have to know what's out there. AI booming, of course, as we all know. So you have to be, up on all the trends that it's happening.
Yeah, and how do you stay, pivotal? I think one of the challenges I think that a lot of students of today have are we attach our identities to a lot of what we do. I think as a byproduct of just human nature and then a byproduct of social media. And so changing our career paths and changing what we're doing comes with a lot of internal dialogue and internal strife. So can you talk about what it took to kind of reinvent yourself going from, oh, I'm going to do this whole thing?
Yeah.
Because you could have easily said, "Oh, I'm not a finance broker. Like I'm failed, right?"
Yeah.
But you were like, "No, I'm just pivoting. I'm changing course, right?" Just as every great business has before, right? Amazon was a book